Hi everybody, welcome back to Karidoesstuff. Welcome to my model bench. Right now, where is my just chatting? Here we go. There we go. Hi. Oh, oh, is that on? Yeah, that's all on. We're all on. We're all on. We're all ready to go. Right, how are you doing? It's Monday afternoon or Monday evening here actually. What is it? 6:45. Ooh, we've got lots to work to do. So we left off last time of finishing the horse. And also paint. Oh, last time actually was doing the grinding and fitting and filling in of all the holes and making sure all of Arthur Morgan's body parts all fit together. And then we managed to um, give him a good couple of coats of primer. So he is all ready to go. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and spray him up in the relevant colours, the relevant base coat, and then just sort of kind of go from there, I think. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to open up Google here and type in Arthur Morgan. Oh, there's a good image of Arthur Morgan. And find an image of Arthur Morgan. There we go. That'll do. Zoom in. Oh, God. What is it with this thing? I don't want more details. Go away. Can we make that bigger? There we go. Right, so I found a decent picture of Arthur Morgan just without his jacket on. But what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start painting his. We're going to start painting his pants. We're going to start from there and work up. So let's not put him up that way. I don't want to break the spurs off. Okay, so first of all, we need to get the airbrush and everything ready. So let's head to the main bench here. Okay, we're still all good to go here. Everything is all fine and dandy. Let's get all of... I'm just doing some sorting out here. Just making room. Making some room. Let's get all the bits and pieces that we're going to need to paint today over here. Because I've got to move the airbrush over here. So I know you can't see much at the moment, but there's not a lot to see. It's just me messing about. Right. So come here, my little airbrush. Okay. God, all the cables all. And up here we go. Now, is this all? That's all kind of good. Yep, brilliant. All right, so what's that? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the nozzle on here because I want 0.5. Want the larger nozzle. So we're going to grab everything fall down, go boom. Right, try to take it easy. Jeebus. All right, so we want the 0.5 set. We put the 0.2 set in there, didn't we? So we want to put the 0.2 set back. All right, put 0.5. We'll switch it out for 0.5. Okay. Oh, where is the container so I don't lose the bits? What's happened here? Oh, fucking, this is what happens when you give people permission to mess about with your stuff. Never put it back right. Oh. All right, that's not quite clean enough to go away, so we'll have to do something about that. not a problem. Just a bit of white spirit on there will do the trick. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get a bit of white spirit. Oh, this is annoying me. Oh. Whoever put this out last, screw this all up. There we go. Put boxes back right. God damn it! I could put my chair in. Right, here we go. A bit toasty in here today. I might have to get the fan in here in a minute. And some airflow. Ow! I just stabbed myself. Oh, great. Things are off to a rocking start. You got to be careful of these needles because they are sharp. That is the intent, I suppose. Right, we're going to use the other stuff. Now this stuff is far more caustic. But it gets the paint off perfectly. Right, I need cleaning equipment. So we're just cleaning the old stuff up so we can put it away. Right, so let's put that lot away now. Right, so now I want to clean, let's have a look at the inside of the airbrush. How's that looking? Right, let's try and clean that. Let's get a bit of smidge of that in there. Work. And oh, if I run out of my special cotton buds, I have by the looks of it. Never mind. Just try and let's move this up this way a little bit so we can all see what's going on. There we go. Now this stuff is very caustic, but it cleans so well. Like just rub it over it and look, gone. So I could put the cotton bud right down in there, give it a twirl. Paint is gone. Right, now I get a I had some here earlier. Some where are they? Here we go. What's this? Oh, that's the 0.2. Why have I got another 0.2? Oh, what's going on today? A strange day. Just running some of this through. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Brilliant. Got to get all the paint chunks out because you don't want that floating around in there. That would seem clean. Just have to hold it up to the light and see if I can. Yeah, good. Okay, so now we need to put on the 0.5. So, 0.5 needle. Do we have a... We do have a 0.5 in there. That's the one that had the 0.3 in it as well that I want to put away in the right bag. Which is... Oh, is that... Wait, where did that go? Have I lost an... Oh, there's a nozzle. Oh. Right, I need to check to make sure I got the right size here because I think something's going wrong. I think I may have mixed up some of these. So look. Nope, they're the same size. That's 0.5. That one's 0.3, so that could go in here. Good. Now somewhere in here there's one of these containers with 2 needles in. There we go. And this needle is a 0.3. Yep, 0.5. 5.5. 0.3s are sorted. Oh no, that 0.3 goes in here. Just a bit of filing. Just doing a bit of filing. Don't worry about me. Just doing a bit of filing. I'll get that. Okay, so the 0.5 nozzle, let's put that on. Give it just a little bit of a tighten. Let's check it's not wobbling. That's good. Now, take the needle. Push your needle through. Yep, now bring it back. Make sure it's clean. Yeah. Do it again. Yep. Right, let's tighten that up. Nozzle cap, sorry. And secondary. And we are good. Brilliant. Now we just need to put all this filing away. So I did clean it out before the other time, but it's always pays to like give it another bit of a quick rinse over, especially if you're going to be changing the nozzles around, because you put those nozzles away, and then if you put them away dirty and you forget about it, by the time you go to use them again, they're ruined. So, but I've got a whole bunch of these nozzles and needles. Now, you could buy all these, the nozzle needles and nozzle caps, in sets, but they all come in the same set, so I don't need all these needles. Just don't need them. Until recently, where I found you can actually just buy the nozzles, which is super handy. Because otherwise you get buying a load of stuff that you don't frickin' need. Which is annoying. Now, if anyone's out there thinking about what tool cleaner to use, I use Mr. Tool Airbrush Cleaner 400. Very good for cleaning out airbrushes of dried, caked up paint, and it even kills off some of the more corrosive, well, the harder paints that I use for my cars. So it's brilliant for that. I'm just going to go drag the fan in here because it's a bit toasty warm. Okay. Oh. Just wrapped around the bloody... Anyway, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Let's get on with this, shall we? We've been faffing about long enough. People want to see paint. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pour a bit of water in. Well, maybe not that much, but... We're just going to test it. Make sure it's coming out fine. Yep, you seem to have a nice flow. So what you do is you hold it up. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can just about see that on the stream there. Just see the flow. Best way to do it is hold it up against the light and you can see the flow. Okay, well. Let's get some paints out. Where are they? Yeah, they are. Right, so we're going to do the pants first, and I can see the pants are kind of like somewhat a dark brown. They're kind of a dark brown. So we're going to try and find an airbrush color of a... That's a wash, it's no good. Somewhat dark brown. Gold? Nope. I need a better system for storing my brushes, my paints really. Right, so we got have we got a Model Air Black? I can mix up a brown. That's model color. Model color. Model Air Black. Did I not buy a whole new bunch of? Because I could have sworn I bought a whole new bunch of air colors. I've got a couple of packages up here I haven't even looked at. That is one. That is two. So let's just do a quick deboxing, and see if I've got anything in here. Because I thought I bought some ones specifically to paint Arthur Morgan with. Unless, of course, it's all the ones I've got to paint my rocket with. Those are rocket paints. So it's not them. Right, what have we got in here? Brush. What's this? No, these are all I needed to paint my rocket. Alright, so we're going to have to look to see if... Yep, they're all rocket paints. Okay. It's going to get a little bit more complicated then. We're going to have to mix colours and thin. Alright. It's uniform. Maybe I just decided to... Right, so we got a few colours here I can use. Flat Earth as well, maybe. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix up some paints this time. So we need thinners. Colourful pills. I have colourful colours. I have lots of colours, I just don't have all of them that I need. So... So what we need to do is we need to mix them up. I thought I was going to have to mix it up anyway. But now I should have some thinners in here. Some, there we go, acrylic thinner. Okay. So we're kind of going for a bit of a dark brown. There we go. Not too dark because I want to be able to darken up with shadow and highlight and stuff like that, and low lights. That looks like it'll work. Right, have I got any green? Have I got any green? None in there. Oh, green. That's what I want, some green. Quick shifties. It's got a... no, that's what that was for. Oh, there it is. Green. Lots of colourful colours. Right, hopefully that lot stays up there and doesn't fall on my noggin. Put the knife away so I don't cut myself. Right, I need to slow down a little bit and just chill. Right, it's bright green. That should hopefully give it a kind of a greeny browny. Because there's definitely some green in there. Maybe a bit more brown, just a smidge. That's too green now. I'm never very good at... Just a bit at a time. Bit at a time. Oh. Now we're getting that. Now if I could just darken it up a bit, just a smidge of black. And that's model black airs, so that should be... That is black, but it's coming out blue, just needs a shake. There we go, just a little bit of black. I can always put a bit more in it. Just looking at that, thinking that that is sort of getting there. I put a bit of rust in, just a smidge of that. Right, we've got a kind of baby vomit green, which is fine because that is what the colour of his pants are, really. And then you kind of darken them up with shadows. I still don't like that colour. I'm just gonna reckon a load more brown. Try and get that. It's that green that killed it. It was too light. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Right, so now we're going to have to thin it because it won't go through the airbrush that thick. So let's move these out of the way. We don't need those no more. Got to give it a good mix. See how runny it is. Here we go. So that should be nice and thin. Just not thin enough. I've got some more thinner in the tube there. So just put that to one side. Right, let's see if we can pour some of this into the brush. There we go. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Brilliant. So let's get to painting his pants. Here we go. Let's pop some of this up. They are kind of a browny green, and that is a good color. His boots are black, so we'll paint those up in a minute, but we can paint up his let's reduce the amount of paint that's coming out a little bit, I think. There we go. Arthur put on his brown pants. Well, Deadpool would be proud. Doesn't matter if I get any over his boots at the moment, because we're going to paint over them, obviously. There we go. Make sure that all the got everything in there. No, there's a bit in there we've missed. Now, how are we doing? Right, it's just got to look at the seam between the boots and the pants. Okay, good. Now I need to stand him up so we can let him dry while we clean out. Hey, Maeve. How you doing? Right, so let's just move his pants out of the way. Let's put his pants out of the way. Right, okay, good. Right, so now I need to clear that up. And we've got to mix up, I think it's like a dark grey. I don't want to paint his boots outrightly black. Because I need to highlight and put them in shadow as well. So we're going to try and make a grey. But first of all, you've got to run through this brown that we've already got in here. Try and get rid of as much of that as possible. Now his boots are sort of like the same colour as his hat. So if we can mix up one colour for both, that would be great. His hat and his boots sort of match. So another these are just going to be running some water straight through the airbrush just to try and clean out this brown, this baby puke brown. But it looks all right. So how have you been, Maeve? Have you had a good day? Sorry to hear you had a headache the weekend. That sucks. Hopefully you feel better. Right, so just run this through. It was okay. It was work, I guess. Right, that's cleaned that out. Good. Right, so now we need to look for a color for the hat. Hat and boots. That's what we're going to do next. Hat and boots. So back digging into my pints. Whites. That's a black grey. That'll match the saddle. So a black grey. And we don't want glossy black. So I'm thinking a bit of black grey with a smidge of. So let's put the other. Let's put these away. So now, if we need to get out the white, I can get out the white. Alright, let's have a look. Okay. So, we need another clean cup. What do I do with all my clean cups? Here we go. Oh, I have to get a lemonade in a minute. Right. Come on. Oh, actually, this might be the spot-on colour I want. Just too thick. Just very thick. So we're going to have to put a lot of thinning into that. To make it runny enough to go into an airbrush. Mixy mix time. Right, how are we doing? Actually, that might be a bit too grey. I might have to add a bit of black into it. That's alright, we got a bit of black here. We did have a bit of black until I put it away. Because I'm an idiot. Model Air Black. Here we go. Just to darken up just a smidge. Maybe a bit more. These Model Air paints don't mix that well. I'm actually going to try full-on black, paint black rather than this Model Air, because I'm going to be using too much of it. Like an acrylic, normal black. Put a bit. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. I may have put in a bit too much black grey. Well, let's see what that looks like. That doesn't look too bad. So we can always highlight. It needs to be highlighted anyway. So how thin is it? Yeah, it seems to be thin enough. All right, we're going to see just how good that looks on the hat. Right, let's see if we can spray it. Well, it might even be a bit too thick. We'll have a look. I'll give it. Oh no, that's right. Okay, so let's take that hat. Oh yeah, it's probably a bit too. Could have done with being sprayed thin, just a smidge more, but that's a nice colour. That's really coming out with a nice leathery colour. That looks really good. Texture's showing through it nice. Make it all the rim. Hey Creamy, how you doing? It's a nice hat, isn't it? Guess whose hat it is? There we go. So that is the hat right now. It's a jaunty hat. It's Arthur's hat. It certainly is Arthur's hat. It may be is Arthur's hat when he first bought it, like brand spanking new. I mean, we're gonna have to dirty it up and age it a little bit. It's been through the walls, that hat has. But I think this is maybe what it looked like when he first bought it. So, anyway, that's looking good. Next up, we've got to try and spray the boots without spraying the rest of his pants. So what I'm going to do, maybe that needs to dry a little bit more. Let's have a... Actually, I'm going to go and get a lemonade. Yeah, 6 months old. Yeah, it's after a couple of weeks of it falling off his head and whatnot. I think it's got a bit dirty. But it looks great. It's all about base coats today. We're all trying to do as many of the base coats as we can. You'll have one of those, will you? You'll have a lemonade. All right, okay. Right, so let's just put on the workshop cam. And I will be right back. Coffee is a bit... It's not cooling enough for this time of day, for this time of year. I mean, it's not actually that hot outside. Wow, oh, it is. It's 23 degrees. But it's not too bad. So, okay, what I need to do now is get some masking tape. Right, so now we're going back over here. Very refreshing lemonade. So what I need to do is really try and get this masking tape on the contours. Just don't want to take too much. I want to get it right on the boot if I can. Okay, right now I need to get a toothpick. Just run a toothpick through the edges just to get the edges in there nice. There we go. And now we need to get another one. Come on, get in the... There we go. I'm going to have to get a scalpel just to clean that up, because some of it is on the top of the boot. So, blade. Okay. So those seem to be nice. Now, just to make sure I don't accidentally, well, this should be fine. We're just gonna, he's not wet anymore, are you, Arthur? Nope, his pants are nice and dry. We're just gonna wrap around some of this, around some tissue paper. There we go. So now, looks like I put a diaper on him. Arthur, you can't be trusted. Right, okay. Let's go paint his boots. We're going around the tops first, just to make sure you get all of the top. Careful. Now, on the underside. Just checking that I've got all that I need to. Looks like it. Right, now let's unwrap him. Oh, just missed a bit off of the... There we are. It says pants and boots. Right, let's just put that out of the way, ready to just to dry off. Come on, Arthur. Ah. Trying to balance him is a bit of a... I wonder if I could just lean him against something. Yeah, that'll be alright, that'll be fine. Okay, so that's the black done. What do we got next on the agenda? Okay. So I think what I'm going to do here first is I'm going to try and do the blue of his shirt first. Because I need to get into here, and it's the best way to do that would be with the airbrush into there. And then I could mask up the blue and then go over with the brown. I'm going to paint his neck scarf with a brush because that will make it look a little bit more realistic, because there's no texture on it. So alright, so we need blue now. So first thing we need to do is clean out the brush of the black. So we're just going to run this through. And then we're just going to pour some more water. Oh, I'm running out of water. All right, give me a minute. I'm just going to get some more water. I don't know, all this up and down nonsense. Okay. Just going to clean the brush out. Right, that's my trash is all the way over there. I'm gonna have to use that pile there. So I just need to run this water through for a minute or so. So what I'll do while I'm doing that is I will light myself a smoko. Just got to make sure this is just water, so I'm not really wasting anything here. So I'm going to let it just run all the way through, just to clean it out. Because it's an acrylic, it's water soluble. It will just clean it out. Good enough for the next color. Okay. That'll work for now. That'll work for the next color. Gonna need that knife again. So I need to find a blue. So how's your day going, Creamy? Is it a bit toasty warm today? Or is it nice? So we need a light blue. That's a royal blue. Kind of it's a dark blue. Flat blue. That's too dark. Maybe I'll put some white in there. Well, he's got some. Oh, you're sterilizing your down pillows. That's all right. Well, that sounds very what's the word I'm looking for? Adulty. Sounds like a very adult thing to be doing. Yep, there we go. I had my cleaner in today, so the place is all nice and clean. She she had a panic though. Really refreshes. Oh, I bet it does. I bet there's nothing like quite having the smell of fresh air on your bedclothes. So we're going to need to put a little bit of white in there just to lighten that up a little bit. Yes, she had to plug the Hoover in, and the only sockets that I've got in this room are on the model bench, and I had my bits of Arthur laid out drying, but they've been out for days since the last time I'd done the model bench, so they'd already pretty much dried. And she knocked the legs over, and the panic in her voice, she was like, "Oh no!" So it's all right. They're dry. Just like sheer panic that she had broken something. I'm like, "You're all right." I said, kind of suspected that was going to happen. Should have moved them, but they're all right. They were all right. A bit more. But like I say, she was she was kind of panicky. She thought she'd broken something. It's all right. If she'd broken his spurs off, I would have made her get down on her hands and knees and find him. But it was all right. There we go. That's really all the blue I need to do there. Just see if we can get in there a little bit more. It's tough to aim in some of these crevices though. There we go. Ah. Out, where is it? Allow. What are you trying to say? allow. So what did you say? You said can't type perv. Perv. I've allowed it now. Getting your... I didn't mean it like that. I somehow knew that as soon as I said it, though, it was a mistake. Alright, so there we have Arthur Morgan's shirt painted. So now we need to do his jacket. So again, we run water through the airbrush to clean out the blue. I do know you too well, that's the problem. I know you all too well, Creamy. Oh, well, I have been rolling them for a few years. I do know what I'm doing. Now you can roll your own. I'm too far away. That's so. Might take me a bit of time to get used to the texture of whatever it is you smoke, because I'm used to rolling tobacco, and that's kind of finer, isn't it? But it depends. Before every stream, I like roll 12 to 13 of them up. So I don't have to stop and roll. Alright, there we go. Will be finely ground, okay. Well, no promises. Right, so now we got to now I've got blue on the end of it. Now I need to leave that blue to dry before I mask it, because I'm going to have to try and put some masking tape in there to stop any bleed. So what we're going to do is put his jacket to one side for now, and we're going to try and find the leather for his gloves. Find some leather for his gloves. Now, leather for his gloves and his... I'm thinking a bit of flat earth might work. It's a nice leather colour. So we'll put that on the sideline there. We've also got some golden brown. That's air, so that could just be pumped straight into the airbrush. You could go for a bit of rust. Or some ochre brown, but that's... So these are all colours that I have to... We don't need gold. Light rust, now that's too orangey. Look for a leathery colour. So these are the four that I've decided to choose from for the leather and the jacket. Oh, there you go. But the jacket is a different kind of... So I think maybe... flat earth for the leather. So I'm thinking flat earth. Yeah, flat earth. I knew it was flat all along. It says it right there, flat earth. Damn, they were right all along. TYT is showing Russia's robot dog equipped on it a machine gun. Because of course. Because of course. Fucking Russia. What makes them think, if they can't beat the Ukraine with tanks, airplanes, and rocket launchers, that they're going to be able to beat the Ukraine with robot dogs with machine guns strapped to their back? Or maybe that's why, because it's super scary. They think all the they'll run away. Right, there we go. That might be a bit much, but... Right, okay, that should be good. I'm so glad that these paints thin out real nice using that acrylic thinner. That's really handy. Right, that's a bit thin, but we'll just give it a few coats. Right, so let's grab a hand. This is what I'm used to airbrushing, flat colors like this in an area, not necessarily like shadows and highlights and stuff like that. So when it came to doing the horse, it was all a bit new to me. But this is what I'm used to doing. I'm used to just getting a part, whether it's been masked up or not, and just sort of spraying it. Spraying it one color. Oh, Creamy Middle sent me something in Discord. Got to mute Discord. Right, here we go. I can't hear what you said because it's in the other room, but it sent me something. Right, so now I just do his holster. I mean, this is just a flat colours at the moment. I will go over the metallic parts. Right, so there's his holster. Right, so that's the brown done for his leathers, for his gloves. His coat is a slightly different colour, so we're going to have to mix up a different colour for that. So just run some water through here again. Did you hear about the chess robot that broke the finger of a 7-year-old whilst playing chess? What? No, I didn't. He grabbed his finger. Damn. So it begins. Skynet has become self-aware. It doesn't like losing at chess. Damn. I'll have to check that out. Was it trying to reach for a was it trying to reach for a piece, or did it legitimately just go for his finger? Right, so I'm just running water through here just to clean it out. That's what the roboticist is trying to say. Oh, he was just reaching for a piece, all right. Well, you would have thought so, yeah. Is it? That is running through there, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, so it looks like we got a bit of a flow blockage. Wow, isn't that fun? Let's see why we've got a bit of a flow blockage. Maybe I've wound it in too much. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Ah, now I'm getting all frustrated. Yeah, now I've become a little bit less easy about signing up to that. Yeah, we got a bit of a blockage going on here. Okay, so what we need to do... Fine. What we need to do is try and clear that blockage. Right. Back to cleaning the airbrush out there. Let's see why it's blocking up. See, now this is nothing unusual. It's the airbrush will block every so often after it being used for a while. The nozzle is so thin, even the wide one, that it needs regular maintenance. Your practice is safe sex with a robot. Oh dear, Creamy. We're all doomed. Right, so we just need to clear that blockage and find out why she be blocking. Ooh, not use that. So I've got a lot of these cups I need to clean out now, because we've been mixing a lot of paint. I've got to buy myself some more of this Mr. Tool before we get on and do the before we get on and do the rocket, yeah, there's a bit of gunk in there. Just right. So where is my little pipe cleaner? Okay. It's just typical too. I only had 2 colors that I needed to do. And it was like, nah, I'm going to screw up now. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to screw up now. Right. Let's just check to see if I can see daylight through there. Or light. Yes, that's clear. Okay. Let's move on to the little nozzle. Scrapey, scrapey through the nozzle. Yeah, there we go. That pulled out a load of crap. So what this is, it's a needle, kind of like the same shape as the needle that goes in the airbrush. But what it's got is it's got one side of it flattened off. So what you do is you put this into the nozzle, into the tiny nozzle, and then you turn the nozzle around, and the flat edge of this needle, because it goes all the way through, the flat edge of this needle scrapes the inside of the nozzle and scrapes out any gunk. So it cleans it out. These are a different type of needles. Right. So now the actual needle we need to clean off as well, because if you get gunk on that, that could be a problem. These are not medical needles, Creamy, so you're safe. We just clean that off. And I put this down a couple of times, put it in once, see if it pushes anything out. And then pull it back out, see if it comes out clean. Do it again. Right, good. Lock it into place with the locking nut. Good. Now we take the nozzle cap and we're going to do the same thing with that. We're going to clean the end of it first, because that's got a load of paint on it. These come out brown, so there is paint in there. Then we're going to stick the needle through the hole, just scrape it around. Yep, that's clean. They don't look different, no. Well, one's hollow and one's not. Like I say, airbrushing is great fun, but it's very temperamental. You've got to be prepared to stop every so often and give it a brief clean. Because we started this and I cleaned it out then, and you saw how long it lasted with how much paint was going through it, and how much, and then it needed a quick clean. So you do have to stop every so often and give it a little spritz. Right, so now we're going to run some water through it just to make sure that it's doing what it should be doing. That's a much better flow. So we're just going to run the water through it just to wash out that nasty chemical, because I don't want that mixing with the paint at all, because that is nasty stuff. Here is what it does to paint. If you put it in there, look, that was just paint dried in the bottom of this cup, and I put in that Mr. Tool Cleaner, and it has completely destroyed it. So yeah, it turns it to gloop and mush. It really destroys it. So if you put paint in there to paint with it, it will just come out real nasty. It's great for cleaning your airbrushes and your pots and all that kind of stuff. Great for cleaning your paint tools, but make sure you've cleaned it all off if when you go to use them next. Rinse them through and stuff, because otherwise the paint will just gloop and be destroyed. Right, so we're good there. Good. Right, a bit more lemonade. Next, there's another smoko. Hey, Evolution. How you doing? Nasty-licious, yeah. But I tell you what, though, I have not found any other product that cleans airbrushes better than this from Mr. Hobby. Links are on my page. It's just amazing for cleaning airbrushes and other paint tools. Like I say, like these paint cups, that stuff will just fall right out. It'll clean them right up. And it even cleans the specialist car paints, which they're not acrylic. They're not oh god, what are they? They're not Humbrol. Oh god, I forget what they are now. It's let's have a look what they are. They're these special, the actual car paints. They are specialist car paints. It doesn't tell you what they are. It says to use zero brush paint cleaner. It's the same kind of, and it's not enamel. Enamel is the stuff that I use for a plane, so it'll clean out enamel as well. Enamel paintbrush. This is oh god, it's the same kind of paint that they use actually on cars. It's like same kind of stuff, and I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, I don't remember what it's called, but it'll clean that straight out. It's really good. I have one myself, not used it yet though. Oh right, okay. When you do though, I recommend getting some Mr. Tool Cleaner 400. It's like acid, just eats through paint. It's so good, but you have to make sure you cleaned it off. And lacquer, that's it, lacquer paint. Oh god, thanks Creamy. It was on the tip of my tongue there for a second. Like the easiest paint to clean is acrylic. Yeah, kind of like urethane. It's really proper stuff. It's quite expensive too if you want to do these cars properly. You can see some of them on my website again. But it gives a really nice finish. But it's really hard to clean. Right, so now we're going to look for metal colour for the stirrups. Now, I kind of want that to match the saddle and bridle set. So, we are going to look for a kind of... Now, I want to use aluminium. I want to use the aluminium. Aluminium. I don't know. I hang around Americans too much. Or silver. But I'm thinking the aluminium. Oh, this got some steel. Here we go. Steel. That'll do. And that's air. That could go straight in the airbrush. No thinning required. So we're going to use the steel. I'm actually going to get the aluminium out just in case I don't like the colour on the steel. So it's shaky, shaky. Okay, so let's try this steel. Okay, that's not actually that's not too bad. So we're gonna grab the stirrups. You know what? That's wrong. I'm doing this wrong. If you're going to paint metal, you can't just paint metal straight onto... Oh, God, I can't. I'm not going to be able to... Can't just paint metal directly onto... primer. Just doesn't look right. And I just remembered that I'm doing it wrong. So we've got to clean this out again. Oopsie. And he made a boo-boo. Yep, can't paint metal directly onto... Well, you can. There's nothing stopping you painting metallic colours onto grey primer. Problem is, it doesn't look as good. So what you need to do is spray them black first. Yes. Oh, why is that not... Have I not cleaned this out? Oh, I don't think I cleaned this out properly. Oh, I may have done. It's alright. Yeah, here we go. Now it's coming out metallic black. Okay, so let's try and clean this out a bit better than that. Oh, that's crap. Yeah, made a boo-boo there, so let's try and do it properly. Yeah, if you spray them black first and then the metallic on top, you can also, you can see better where you've sprayed, but it also makes it pop more. You're right. Right, so I do have to run water through here. Alright, so we'll try that again. We still got a few colours we need to do. Right, so now we're spraying water. That's good. So I'm just going to keep spraying that. Still bringing out the silver though. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try some meths. That dries pretty quick. I don't want to go full out nasty stuff just yet. This will kill the paint just as good as when it's wet. Well, that should suck all of it with it. Good. Perfect. Right, so now let's just run that through. Some water. That's the other thing. Metallic colours are quite a pain to clean out. They cling. They seem to cling more than any other color. They're the same. It's the same type. It's still acrylic, but it just seems to cling. And you need a few rinses. Alright, so now we're just spraying water. Good. Right. Let's get the black in there. There, perfect. Right. And this is just a basic flat black. It's nothing special. So just remember, if you're ever painting anything metallic, always paint it black first. Prime, black, then metallic. And we should see the difference soon enough. Right, that's done. Right, so we're going to leave... Oh, have I? Did I spray that side properly? No. There we go. Right, so now I need to clear that out. Get rid of the black. And we need to wait for the black to dry before we paint the... Oh, God, what's happened to my canister here? Oh, God, I think it's the rubber's died. Come on, get in there. Oh, God, hang on. I need to find a better one of these. Hang on, let's see what I could do here. It's not screwing on. Right, okay. I just have to be very careful with it. I like these because they hold the paintbrush. Okay. Yeah, this is Karidoesstuff taken out of context. Get in there. Oh, she's not screwing on properly. I like these because they hold the paintbrush while you're not using them, but they also have this glass container underneath, so you can pour the chemicals through and it will store the chemicals. It's got a filter on the top so none of the dangerous chemical get through. And then you just empty it when you need to empty it, so you can mix it all up. But the problem is, I've got two of them, and they both have the same issue, where eventually they just stop holding on to the glass jar for no reason. So I think I've got some elastic bands here. This might help if I put some elastic bands on. So yeah, they just kind of stop holding on to the jar for some reason. They just expand. And it's super annoying because other than that, they're very good. So I think I'll just try and... Oh, there we go, this should do it. Because the last thing you want to happen... There you go. That'll do. And we'll do another one around the other way. The last thing you want to happen is the damn thing to come undone and spill all God sorts of chemicals of paint all over the place. I mean, it's not greatest fix, but it'll do now. At least when I pick it up, the thing won't fall off. Right. So I'm still trying to find a better one of those. A full-on glass and metal one would be good. I mean, I don't mind spending a bit more money on it, but like I say, I've got 2 of them, and they both have the same problem. But anyway, this will do for now. But yeah, these they've got filters in there. I have to change the filter, and it stops all the nasty chemical smell and fumes coming out. And it also doubles up as a cool paintbrush holder. So, yep, still got flow. It's good. Welcome everybody. I see we've got some we've got some more viewers here. So welcome to Karidoesstuff. Today we're painting or base coating my 3D print of Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. But mostly we're playing with an airbrush. That's what we're doing. Yeah, the airbrush have lumbago. Hey Moo. The airbrushes have lumbago. What are you doing home so early? What's going on there, Amu? You still at work or? Big part of crap there. Yeah, what? Are you on your mobile or what's going on? Oh, it's a lunch break. Oh, cool. So I'm entertaining you during your lunch break, am I? Brilliant. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is, again, I would like to remind everybody it's a base coat. So I'm going to use pale flesh to paint Arthur's face, but just as a base coat, because obviously his flesh isn't that pink. But it's just as a base coat. I'm then going to add a bit more red to it, a bit of brown to it, darken it up a bit. But I want to do that with a brush. But ultimately, this is going to be the base coat, pale flesh. So while we're waiting for the silver to dry, the black to dry, we're going to paint his. We're going to paint his face. And again, this isn't an airbrush paint, so we'll have to thin it down. I might even put a bit, just a smidge of ochre brown in there, just to make it a little bit darker. Right, so now we're going to need some more. Oh god, that's all that lot on the floor. More mixing sticks. So we just thin that. Give it a good stir. Yeah, see, it's very light at the moment, but that's fine because that can act as the base coat. I will go over with a brush, darken areas up, because if you look at his face, he's got he's an outdoorsy man. He's got brown bits, red bits. He hasn't got a perfect complexion, so. But this will help. This will act as the base coat. How thin is that? That should be thin enough. Good. Yeah, see, it's very light. But it'll act as a good base. Alright, so Give me a face, Arthur. Give me a face. He looks like, at the moment, he looks like the guy from Van Horn's post office. Very pale. Again, like I say, it's just a base coat. Just a flesh base coat. Actually, it looks a bit like he almost like after his diagnosis of tuberculosis. But like I say, he's gonna get a wash over with some with a paintbrush. I haven't done this detailed flesh for a long time. Well, I've never done this detailed flesh, so it's going to be a new sort of thing for me to be able to do. So we're just gonna. So I'll be interested to see how I manage to do that. Good behind the ears there. I might come in with the airbrush and put try and contour it a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into how I'm going to do his face properly. But like I say, for now, base colour done. That's all we're worried about at the moment is the base colour. He's got more colour than you. Oh dear God, that says it. But you're an albino as well. Okay, so let me just check to see how... Oh, I don't want to do the... Try and leave the metallic colour till last, I think. I'll leave the metallic colour till last. Right, so we're going to run the brush through again. You are a albino. Oh, wrong. Okay. Sorry, I didn't realise. That's like the guy. That's what I said about the postmaster in Van Horn. He is actually an albino, and he's just damn pale. Okay. But the postmaster in Van Horn is an albino, and if you listen to him, if you stand there and listen to him, he'll talk about how the village or the town thinks that he's a vampire and all this kind of stuff, and that they don't like him. And it's really kind of sad if you actually listen to him. And I like the fact that like Rockstar puts those things into their games. It's crazy. Anyway, right. Okay. Right, that's that blasted out. Right, let's move all this out the way because if if you could see this desk at the moment, I've got paints everywhere. When I go for a BRB, I'll put on the thing and you'll be able to see what kind of a mess I'm sat in right now. But that's just the way it goes. You end up with a mess. But that's the good thing about having a specialized model bench like this. I could quite happily have it as a mess, and it's not going to get in the way of anything. I mean, if I was having a bad day, sometimes if I have a bad day, and things aren't going quite according to plan, I just go screw it and I just leave it and walk away. And it's not like I need to clear up in order to do something else. I make too much. You make too much. What? Make too much money or make too much mess? Make too much mess, I'm sure. But I could just walk away and just go off and do something else, and it isn't impacting too much mess. Yeah. Yeah. I used to paint. When I was making my aircraft, I used to paint in my computer room. So I used to have this pull-out table, and I used to have to get all the um, paints out, and then all the equipment out, and then all the airbrushes out. And if it wasn't going right, and I wasn't feeling it, because that was the time when my medication was all over the place. I had to pack it all away, and before I could even just sit down and watch TV. But this way, if I want to just walk away from it, say, screw it, I'm done. I could just leave it here, and it doesn't get in the way. I could just go off and watch TV and do whatever I want without it getting in the way. So if you've got a shed or a garage or something like that, perfect. Okay, so where is my masking tape? Right, so we're now going to focus on his jacket. Well, that means having to mask it up to stop the blue. Stop it bleeding onto the blue. And this is tricky, but I can probably put a bit in there like that. There we go. Where's my cocktail stick, just to push it into the edges. There we go. Okay. I'm just tucking the masking tape underneath his jacket right here, just to stop any overrun, and then pushing it in underneath the jacket because there is a gap there, and I don't want to get any brown paint on the actual blue shirt. It's a bit tricky. It's not kind of masking that I'm used to. I have to admit, I'm used to flatter surfaces, but I think we can manage that. Again, I say that the scarf I will probably hand paint, so I'm not too worried about that. But if I could get into here. And there's a little bit in there. That's fine. That's scarf, so that's gonna be all right. I just look in to see if there's any blue that. Now I'm not too worried about the blue under here because that's going to be in the model itself, so it's not too worried. But I think I've masked up most of the blue. Now there's a bit of blue on this shirt. His shirt collar pokes through here, but what I'll have to do is I'll have to paint that by hand. I forgot that. So I'll paint that by hand when I come to do the scarf. Blue collar, that's fine. It's a bit annoying that I missed that, but you know I always end up missing something along the line. Right, so now we've got to try and find a picture of Arthur Morgan. I've got to find a picture of his jacket. A picture of him wearing his jacket so I can get the color right. Where's your jacket, Arthur? That's a few pictures of him wearing his jacket, but they're kind of like in. Here we go. This one to do. No, there. Right. So can we open image in new tab? There we go. Right. Okay. So what we've got here, I know you can't see that, but what we've got here is his jacket is a kind of a brown tan. But the collar itself around here is kind of the same color as his hat. But it's leather, whether this is not, it shouldn't be textured in that case. But so what I'll do is I'll paint the whole thing the brown tan. And then I'll go back up and mask up his collar and paint that black. So now I've got to find a good color for it. Golden brown. What did I paint the leather as? I painted the leather as flat earth, didn't I? So we're going to take that out of the equation. I think maybe golden brown would work. Yeah, ochre brown is too light. That's more of a highlight color. So we can use that to highlight it. So I think this golden brown should work nicely. Golden brown, painted in red. There we go. That's a nice color. Right, so I've got to somehow work out how I'm going to hold this as I paint it. Yeah, I could just, can I grab it from inside somehow? Can I stick it on my thumb? Nope. Alright, so I'm just going to have to try and be gentle with it and just try and see what I can do here. Bring this in so you can see what I'm doing. Creamy Middle's just sending me a load of messages and I don't know what they're saying. Oh, it's important, I'll get to it later. Right, so what I'm going to do is just slightly wind it in a little bit. It's spitting a little bit too much for my liking. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go and see what she wants, because something may have gone wrong with the stream and I don't know about it. Oh, it's not. It's no, it's just Discord messages. I hadn't changed the channel on my Discord, so I was just reading everything that was in general chat. I was like, oh no, she keeps messaging. Something must have gone wrong. She's trying to get my attention. That's right. It's alright, Creepy. Oh, it's Dixon, was it? Alright, okay. Who wanted to tell me he doesn't like me anymore? Oh, yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I mean, I believe it's something he would say, but I don't believe that he doesn't like you anymore. Yeah, it's super sus. What's going on in your brain, Dixon? It's just widen that a little bit, just a smidge. There we go. A bit more. Yeah, he's a super smart ass. Right, so I think we've run out of paint. I believe. No, still just smidge a little bit more in there. Right, just to do the last arm, and I think we're done. Gentle, because I can't, there's no real way to pick it up, handle it. I've just got to be gentle. Okay. Just do some more top-down work. Okay, so here we have what we got so far. There's his jacket. That's a nice brown jacket. I like that colour. That colour works really well. Oh, there's a couple of bits on this back that I missed. There. Right. That's his jacket done. Right. Brilliant. So now what we've got to do is try and put that to one side to dry. So let's try and grab it without touching it and just put that to one side for now. There. Brilliant. Wow, we are starting to look great. So next up, I have to clean this out, and we're going to do the metallic. So we need to wash that through. Right, so we're just washing this through. Let's just see if we got a flow. Yeah. So I was just going to keep my finger on there and wash that out. How long have we been going? 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not bad. What's the time? 9 o'clock. Yeah, we're doing really well today. I really want to do the gloss, do the metallic on the stirrups, and then try and do the collar, his dark collar around his jacket. I've still got some of the black left from the hat, so that's good. So we've got a little bit left to do. And then that should be mostly all the, well, that it will be all the base coat done. And then what I can do next is start to put it together. Do like take his jeans or his pants and start to paint them, give them like highlights, lowlights, that sort of thing. Right, let's have a look here. Yep, right, okay, now for the paint is the metallic, because that's a real bitch to sort of get out, but we can do it. Just have to wash it through a couple of times. Okay, right, let's see how much better this looks with a black base coat. Uh-oh. Repeat? No, very good. Hey, what's going on here? There we go. Oh, God. Ah, we got another clog. Ah, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? But actually, that looks better with a black base coat there. You can see some of the black sort of shining through. And now we've got a clog. It's not spraying anything. Yeah, it's not spraying anything. So, I wonder if I could just run some thinner through it. See if that works, because it is only acrylic. Let's see if we could just run that through it. No, it doesn't want to run through it. Ah, yeah, we got a clog. No flow. No flow. Right. Well, we're going to be a bit longer than I anticipated. Oh. Oh. So many more clogs. That's what I say. The paint and airbrush is really good. You get nice colors, nice coverage, but you have to take a lot of maintenance. An awful lot of maintenance. And if you don't do it right, you end up with bad results. And I have learned the hard way many times. Learned the hard way many times that you just can't take any shortcuts. Now it has lumbago. Yeah, now it has lumbago. Definitely a move. Definitely has lumbago now. That was the thinner, so I don't want to use that. Faux show. See all that gunk coming out of it? Yeah. That's the metallic. Yeah, now it's running clean. Well, it's running smooth. Get another. I go through so many cotton buds, I have to get some more soon. So how's the day going so far, Amu? I'll do something while I'm doing this. Chat to my peeps. Right. Okay, right, now to clean off the rest of it. We were so close, and it just gave up the ghost. It said, nope, I want another clean, thanks very much. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give you another clean. Jeebus. Oh, wow, we're busy. Well, well-deserved lunch break then, Amu. Crap on there. Yeah, it's a clog. When I was thinning down my paints, I could go for a bit longer because they were a lot thinner. But these Model Air paints, they're a little bit thicker, so they clog a little bit. So I think the lesson there is that I might need to just drop in a little bit of thinner before I use them. Not too much, but just a smidge. Oh yeah, and it's even clogged in the actual nozzle shield here. Okay, right, so that's a quick clean there. All right, let's put it back together. Okay, right. Right, let's see if we got any flow. Just by dribbling a little bit of water in there. We do. Good, good, good. Right, so now I'm going to just chuck in some more of this. Just a dribble of that. Ah! Well, at least you've all managed to get to see what goes into, like, continuous airbrush use. How you got to look after the brushes. I mean, some people have 2 or 3 airbrushes on the go, and all they do is when one gets clogged, they take it off, put on another one, and continue going. Now, that's a fairly good idea. That would keep the flow of work going, but it also means you've got to clean 3 airbrushes, which I suppose I've already done. So what I could do is get another 2 more of these airbrushes, and just switch them out and then just clean them at the end. You know, it's probably just about as much work. All right, we still need to do the steel, so I'm going to put in some steel, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of thinner, so it's a little bit thinner. A bit more there, I think. That's better. There we go. Now we're cooking on gas. Right, where were we? stirrups. Wind it in just a bit. We don't want it too thick. There, that one needed that. So that's a much better finish with a black. Let's try and put that on there. It's a much better finish with a black undercoat. So, oh, don't knock the hat off. So if ever you're going to paint metallics, always paint black first. Right, good. Oh crap, the hat's going to fall off the peg. Don't want that falling off, so let's quickly just there we go. Okay, so I need to rinse that through again. I've only just done that. That's all right. Rinse that through. Got a big pile of used tissue there. Right, so now I'm going to rinse that through again with some water. Quite a bit of water this time. Wind that right out so that I could get a nice flow in there. Just check that I've got a flow. Yep. Yep, I've got a flow. That's all right. And just leave it going. So I have ruined, I guess, 2-3 airbrushes. I guess is this my third airbrush? One, two, yeah, this is like my third airbrush since putting the bench together. Not since I've been streaming. Second one since I've been streaming. That I've kind of screwed up. So this is the third. I'm on my third airbrush. One of them, I was using those files. I used too big a file, and I ended up filing out all the screws for the not screw, the what do you call those? The thread of the nozzle. And no, I couldn't fit any nozzles in it. Couldn't fit any more nozzles in because I'd smoothed the thread. I'm like, well, that's a learning curve, isn't it? That's a mistake. Can't remember what happened with the first one. I might have to go back to it and look at it, see if it could be fixed. Well, I might send them off to like an airbrush refurber and try and get them fixed up. You've got to look after them. Luckily, these ones aren't too expensive. They're good, but they're not too expensive. Okay, so let's take a look at his jacket. Is his jacket dry? Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is put another bit of newspaper down so I don't get silver all over the back. Right. So now what I do is collar. The collar of the jacket. Now this shouldn't be too hard to mask up really. It's only the back part of the collar. So I want a little border to it. So I'm going to knock, because it's kind of like, it's kind of like a patch on his collar rather than an actual full piece. So we're going to leave the seam actually, tell you what, I'm going to be right back. I need to wash my hands. I've got silver paint on them, and the last thing I want is silver paint all over the nice painted jacket. So I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Ah, that mess that model bench is in. Right, now my hands are all nice and clean. I'm not going to get silver because I just noticed on the... I'm going to be painting over it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I just noticed on the bit of the collar here, on where his scarf is, I've got a bit of silver. And I'm like, oh, don't like that. So now we're going to... just carry on masking. Well, we got a bit of a curve here, so let's take it a bit easier. There. I'm following the line of the seam on the collar of his jacket. because that's the what I would I'm constituting that as the border. Alright, just get a toothpick. Okay, so now there like that. Follow the contour with the toothpick to make an indent, and then run the scalpel through it. Okay. Now I'm wondering, should I mask up? I want to mask up the collar, the blue collar that should be blue as well, because if I paint that as black, the guy lost his head. Very funny, very funny. So I think if I put if I mask up the blue collar, because if I got time, I might just go back and spray that. So the best way to do that, mask it up. Is that his shirt collar? No, that's not. That's his scarf collar. So I've got to be careful as to which bit I'm supposed to be masking up here. So now, okay. Right, so that should have masked up the blue part of the collar, which I missed first time round, so that I don't have to paint a light color over a dark color, because that will be super annoying. Right, now we need to get the black back out. Give that another mix. Again, this is the same color as his hat, his boots, and the rest of the bridle system. Give him the saddle. There we go. That's good. That's working. Now we give him a bib, or a belly bandage, as Duana said. Oh, we might want to just mask that in. You can never be too careful with masking. You can never mask too much, because there may just be a point that you just didn't see, and you end up accidentally painting it. He's not a zombie. I'll put him together when he's painted, Joanna. Gee, calm down. He's fine. He is fine. He was very funny. Right, there we go. Now he's all masked up properly. Now for the cars, when I do this, I use clean film or, you know, sandwich wrap. Okay, so now yeah, more of a mummy, yeah. Yeah, he's more of a mummy. A headless mummy. I just make sure that I've got all the... There we go. After all that, that's all I needed to do. That was it. So now I can pull all that lot off. Right, now we got, I know we got black in here, but that's fine. That's all going to be repainted. This is all going to come out, and that's going to be blue, obviously. I could probably take that off now, actually, so we can have a look at some colour. There we go. It's his jacket and his shirt. See you later, Ramu. Take it easy. Thanks for coming in. So now all I need to do is paint this collar around the edge here blue. So we're going to leave that. We're going to leave it to dry for just a little bit. Mask that up. Give that a spray of blue. And then we are fine. This scarf I can paint. I can hand paint. But I do want to get that blue done. And I think if I airbrush it, it'll be better because then it'll be the same blue then. I mean, I've got the blue mixed up here. It's still just, there's a little bit of it left. Just enough to do that collar, which I missed. And then hand paint this scarf. And then his head fits in there nicely. There we go. That's his jacket. Bring it a bit closer. It's a bit too clean, though. A bit too clean. We'll have to dirty that up. Have to put weathering on it and all sorts. That's the fun part. Highlights, lowlights. Weathering. All this round here is all dark and gritty. Weathered. Yeah. Right, so we'll just give that a few minutes to dry. So I'm going to clean out the airbrush again. Oh, but before we do that, let's just do a check, shall we? How's that looking? See, it's starting to come together already. Now you can start to sort of visualize how it's going to look when it's done. Perfect. Right, let's run the airbrush through one more time. The good thing, the beauty about these acrylics is that they do dry pretty quick. So if you want to move on from one color to the next with masking, pretty much by the time you've run the color through the brush, it's ready to be masked up. It's dry and ready to be masked up. It's a mumby. Oh, I didn't see that just a minute until just then. Do a mumby. Well, aren't mummies kind of zombies anyway? I mean, because they're like undead anyway. Is that how it works? So they're kind of like a subspecies of zombie. Like a regional species. Like maybe like zombie is the genome and mummy is like the subspecies. I don't know. It's been a very successful session. I've been going for 3 hours today. That's a lot of painting. I just thought, oh, I'll get a couple of hours done, or maybe an hour and a half. But with every paint that I do, with every color that I do, it looks better and better. Run another rinse through. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the stream so far, and I hope you've learnt a few things. If not, hopefully it was entertaining. Okay. Right, out you get. Come on. Right, so now we should be able to mask that up in a second. I guess give it a few more just to finish my cigarette here and let it dry off a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's pretty much dry in there. Thing is, I want to give it a little bit more drying time because the last thing I want to do is pull the paint off with the masking tape there. Okay, so let's have a look here. What can we do? Right, so we're just going to use the toothpick method to find the edge. Come on, down you go. Get in the edge. There we go. Perfect. Right, now I'm going to need to... It's just going to be a quick mask because it doesn't matter if it gets on the scarf because the scarf is a lighter color. So that's going to be a darker color, sorry. So it's going to be easier to paint like black over blue rather than blue over black. But I do want to kind of just give it a little bit of protection. Like so. That I don't spray it all over, just to give him a little bit of a shoulder. All this for just that little strip of blue. It's like masking is just such an art in itself. It takes so much longer than the actual painting of the part because you've got to worry about obviously everything else. You don't want to end up spraying overspray. Right, we've only got a little bit of blue in here, so I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah, and I thought that was going to happen. It's mixed in with the... Oh, dear. Okay, so that blue is gone. It's mixed in with the water. So what I'll have to do is probably just spray it a normal blue. Spray it that flat blue. Yeah, it's got a bit too wet. God damn it. There wasn't enough blue to run the water through. That's the problem. Oh, well, maybe there still is. Ah, yeah, it's just about enough in there. Or is it? No, it's still too wet. Let's see if we can... Maybe it's spraying out too much at once. Because the last thing I want to do is put in too much of that. Just checking it's quite wet. Yeah, it's dead. Alright, okay, so I will just mix up a little bit more of this blue. With a smidge of white. Try and guess the colour mix. That looks about right. Thin it out a little bit more. Oh god, it's... Now let's see what happens there. Getting a bit too much. No, that's all right. Oh dear. Although I think the masking tape has lifted slightly, but that's okay. I can paint that with black on with a brush. Right, let's just leave that to dry for a second before we take the mask off and see how much it's bled into the original colour. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much done here now. Yeah, it bled. Thought it would. Okay. We can fix that. I can fix that. I can fix that. It was too wet. That was the problem. We still have some of the black. I know it's paintbrush, airbrush black, but not too much of a problem. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. We ended up getting a bit of a blue on the jacket as well. That's all right, I've got some brown in here. Or do I? No, that's watered. There we go. Now we're better. Okay, that's good. Leave it. Done. Oh God! See now, after, like I say, after 2 hours. Oh, that was white spirit I used. Not even. Oh yeah. See, I am making so many mistakes now. Time to pack up. Time to call it a day. We're over. It's done. Before I do anything to ruin anything. Anything more than a couple, just 2.5 to 3 hours work, and my brain starts to make mistakes. I lose concentration. I can't focus, and that is what's beginning to happen right now. And I don't want to undo all the good work that I have done. So we're going to leave it. We got a good jacket. Jacket looks good. And it's time to call it a day. Ah. Right, so what I'm going to do is sign off. Go and have a sit down and do the admin work. But hang on, where are we? Right. Well, I was going on for a lot longer than I was expected to go on today. But I think we've done really well. I think I've done really well. We've done all the base coating. All the base coating is done. I've now got to look to the highlight and shadows. Well, highlights, lowlights, and weathering is the next thing to do. I'm a bit scared about doing that. Base coating's fine because all it is just basic colors, masking up a bit here and there, and that's it. And you end up with a nice solid color, and you start to think, oh, it's starting to look good, starting to come together. But it's when you start putting in the detail paints, like the weathering and highlights and stuff like that, that's when things can go wrong. Because if it doesn't look quite right, you'll notice it. So a bit nervous about that. But we'll see what happens maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But for now, that's it from me. And I want to thank everybody for coming. We had I think it was 10 people watching at once at one point. That was really a bit I saw. So thanks very much everybody for joining. I'm not sure there'll be another stream tonight of Red Dead. I might leave that till Wednesday if I do another one of these, or maybe tomorrow night. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope you're entertained and enjoyed watching me clean my airbrush mostly. Anyway, you take it easy. I will see you next time. Thank you very much.